Hello, Christine.
Hi, Ilona.
Great to see you again.
You too.
Right, we had a meeting last week,
Hmm.
and after that, did you notice anything interesting or different or anything worth to notice?
Yeah, I mean, it's been sort of kind of the same rough ride this week. Uh, it's hard to describe, really. I mean, it feels like I'm on like a runaway roller coaster ride or
Mm-hmm.
something. Um, and we did talk about last week kind of putting aside non-duality a bit or whatever, and that's just happening. It's so weird. It's like, there's this rational thought that, okay, we're just not going to watch videos, we're not going to read, we're not going to inquire, whatever. And really, it's the inquiry that's just happening by itself.
Mm-hmm.
There was a couple days of kind of tending to this energy or emotional stuff that was kind of coming up seemingly. And then it kind of morphed into just questioning, like, okay, well, who's afraid, who
Mm-hmm.
is this, what is this entity, what is this energy um that's here. And then, when looking begins, then it just sort of dissolves or moves or shifts. And um it's so exhausting. It's so exhausting, all of it. And it's yeah, there's just so much doubt too, just like not really knowing like what's really happening, or if anything is happening, or kind of wanting to just um be with what's here, and not
Mm-hmm.
be thinking about like some other situation or goal, or wanting to feel different or things to be different than they are. And yet there is real desire for that, um which is what's fueling all this, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that desire is also here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, can we just welcome that desire for something else? Because it's a call from within. It's a call saying that this can look and feel different. It can. So that desire is calling home. It's not wrong.
I feel like I'm
Yeah,
going crazy.
yeah, yeah. And something is happening. Something is definitely happening. Some kind of process is in full on, in full sway. Yeah, I can see that. You want it or not. It's like the ride is on. The roller coaster is on.
Yeah.
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 And it's going where it's
Yeah.
going.
Yeah, because there's also this sometimes this questioning, like, well, is there a choice? Like, is there, um, which doesn't really seem true anymore, but but of course, there's thoughts that just keep trying to make sense of it. Like,
Yeah.
how do we navigate regular life? Or all the stuff that seemingly has to be done. And uh, it's funny too getting on the call today, because I feel like before I came, something is like, there's a, I don't know how to describe it. Like, I feel more muddled than usual, even, just like it's like in preparation, things just
Uh-huh.
like sort of uh trying to shut it down or something. Does that make
Mhm.
sense?
It's like a wave is swelling. The wave is
Yeah,
swelling. Oh,
yes, exactly.
I
Yeah.
know. Let's welcome that wave. Let's just welcome all of it.
Okay.
Yeah, welcome, welcome, welcome. You can be here. You're welcome. Thank you for coming. All of it. Thank you for coming. Yeah, all of it. The wave, the wanting to escape, the wanting to be different, the resistance, the hope, the despair. Oh, yes, yes. It is the big wave. Yeah, there is enough space for that wave. You're not that wave, you're seeing it. You're seeing it. The whole thing, the images, sensations, emotions, all of it.
Something else that came up this week was sort of seeing the conditioning more, a little bit of separation from, um, yeah, feeling like more like, oh, it's so annoying. I can't like form words. Um, I guess we're just seeing this clearly, this character like that, the I don't know why I can't like why it's there's such a fog. It's just kind of come in. Um, yeah, just seeing more clearly the mechanism, the that like this reality, the structure of what always felt like me, just seeing more clearly like, well, that's could be a different story. It could be something else. Could, that these aren't um oh, I'm sorry, it's so frustrating because my brain is just like not functioning. Maybe that's a good thing
Yeah, I think
because
it's a good thing. Kind of rises and then rises and then
yeah, yeah,
self clarifies it, clearing itself.
yeah,
Like the
yeah,
idea comes in and it's like, oh,
yeah,
doesn't hold. Can't hold it.
yeah, yeah. It's bizarre. Um, I mean, I've had that before, but not really like,
Like snowflakes falling down from the sky
yeah,
and melting before they reach the ground.
exactly. That's a beautiful way to describe it. Something that feels so weird. Um, yeah, anyway, so that felt like a really big, like a stepping back a bit from feeling less immersed in the story and a
Mhm.
little bit more distance.
Mhm.
Uh,
Well, the story can be here as well. There is so much
yeah,
rejection for the story. You
yeah,
can be saying, oh, the story is wrong, it shouldn't be happening, it needs to be gone. But what if it also wants to be liberated? The story itself wants to be free, to be or not to be, to show up or not to show up. There is nothing wrong with the story. It can
yeah,
be here too.
yeah, yeah. And realizing that, can drop the, sort of responsibility and the guilt and all that stuff. Kind of, it's like, I didn't choose any of that. It's just,
The guilt is such an interesting thing. The guilt. Um, and many people have the same shame and guilt, like two sisters
yeah,
holding
yeah,
hands, shame and guilt.
yeah,
So the guilt is saying, Oh, I did something wrong. I did something bad. And if that's true, that's it's good. There is functional guilt. I did something wrong. I learned from it. I
Yeah,
regretted it. I know what not to do next time. That guilt is fine. It's got its right and function. But the guilt that is holding on, it's not leaving, it's staying. Like there is something ultimately wrong with me.
yeah, yeah. It's like I am wrong.
Yeah.
Not that I did something wrong, but that, yeah,
I am wrong just being alive.
yeah,
I shouldn't be here. I don't deserve it. And I'm
yeah.
here taking space or something. Yeah. That guilt is not healthy.
No, and it's crazy because it's again like that sense of like, well, it's just not true, you know? I didn't choose that. I didn't, the way that was absorbed or adopted, that sense, that feeling is not something you choose. It's just something that happens or
Right. But it's like what's that plant? Scottish national flower. These balls that
I don't
sticky
know.
things. I don't know the word for it. Thistle. Thistle.
Oh,
Yes.
this one,
I
yeah,
lived
yeah,
in
yeah.
Scotland and I
Nice.
forgot. These
Yeah,
thistle
it's
that
so
they
pretty.
spiky things and they stuck on
Yeah,
you and you
yeah,
carry
yeah.
them around. It's like, ah, oof, oof, I didn't eat this. I
It does,
didn't
it
know
does.
even when it came on. I was just
Yeah,
walking by, but uh,
yeah. Just lobbed on, just clung on. Yeah,
yeah, they're going
yeah,
for a ride without being noticed. But when we notice it, we can just,
yeah, yeah.
that doesn't belong here. So that guilt is kind of like that. He
Mhm.
hopped on for a ride, sitting on the back.
Yeah,
But let's really look at this. If you can bring that guilt up now, like that feeling of guilt, or whatever thoughts or stories, bring it in. Just think for yourself a little bit, so to get in touch with it. It's okay. Is it here?
it's not actually.
Hmm.
It's like this sense of I don't even know how to describe it. I mean, there's like peace, but there's also like um I don't even know. It's weird. Yeah. Just kind of confusion, like I said, fogginess. Um and yeah. It doesn't make for great content, but like it's just,
Oh no, it's
what's here.
beautiful. It's beautiful because
Yeah,
you can see that as soon as you turn towards it without fear or
yeah,
without avoiding, you just like, come on, come. I want to see
yeah,
it.
yeah,
It has no hold.
yeah, yeah, for
It has
sure.
no hold.
Yeah, that's actually happened a bunch this week too.
Hmm.
Sort of, like turning towards it, and then it's like, oh, it's not really. Is it there? Was it ever there? Is there anything? I think that's just really seeing clearly that too, that none of it's solid. Nothing is solid in the way it has seemed.
Mm.
And when you really look,
Yeah. So
yeah,
that kind of teaches you don't need to run away from anything because it's
yeah,
only there while we are running.
yeah, yeah. It's so funny how that doesn't seem true when it's in the moment.
Yeah.
Mm, Yeah, and pondering that question, like, what am I looking for? Like, what is it that's, um, yeah, I don't know.
Hmm. Something is being reorganized here
Something is
as we speak.
absolutely, as we speak, seriously. Yeah, because yeah, I had a weird day at work today, and then I had things are just again coming up, and I'm sort of seeing things in a new way,
Mhm.
or I don't know. And sometimes it's subtle, but my boss um, had a reaction today to something, and normally that would kind of, send me into a bit of a tailspin. I don't like, nobody does, but I like to please, and there's something about like her, um, I don't know what it is, but anyway, something just set her off today.
Mhm.
And it was like I realized in the moment, I was like, her reaction wasn't warranted, or it was like it just didn't stick to me in the same way. It was definitely a moment of like, no, that's not really true in this situation. Like you're not doing anything wrong. It's fine. You're asking a question. You don't know something. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
And it was really beautiful because that never happens. That's not traditionally how that would go down. It normally would just really, yeah, it's just like it's like a kick in the stomach or something.
Mhm.
And yeah, so it was good to notice that and to be. I mean, it wasn't, you know, didn't feel great, but there was definitely, especially after the fact, just a little reorganization of like, she's having a moment, whatever reason, something's going on, and it just struck her this way, and it's
Yeah.
okay.
Great.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but there is still, of course, this big story about the future. What are we doing with our life? All these things. And it's like, okay, bring it back. What are we doing right now in this moment? Um,
Oh, the thing with future, we don't know. We
yeah,
can project, we can hope, we can expect, we can be afraid, we can be thinking about it, but truly we don't know.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's been a while just trying to like live moment to moment almost because it's just felt so bad. Um, yeah, and then that's sort of like, okay, well, we're just waiting. There is a sense of like this. You actually watched one of your videos this week. You have several videos that you put
Mhm.
up that were so appropriate um, for exactly what's happening. But one of them was like waiting for awakening. It's like this kind of like waiting for life to start, waiting for this sense and understanding of like what's true in order to like function in life in the world and to really know that, um, because of this sense of like what I thought was true, isn't.
Mhm.
It's not really who I am. So who the hell am I? And then what does that mean, for the story, the character, you know, and even that whole anyway. So then it just gets snowballed into this like whole thing, and um, yeah,
Well, in reality, it's all very simple. In reality, I mean, not in imagination. Imagination makes it complicated.
mm,
But in reality, it's all very simple. We're here right now, right? Having this
right,
conversation.
right,
There's this room, these colors, these sounds, these sensations. In
yeah,
reality, in actual experience, this is it.
this is it.
This is it. And then you don't need to know what to do next because next is already here, and already here, and already here.
Yeah.
Taking a breath. That's all it is.
So do you not think about the future or think about like plans or what you
Minimally, yes, in a practical way.
Mhm. But you're not like worrying obviously or like
How can I
uh,
worry about something that I don't know?
yeah.
I don't know. I can create, I mean, the mind used to create what if, what if, what if, what if,
Right.
and it just goes wild with these what ifs and then ends up exhausted
Hmm.
trying to
Yeah.
fix problems that don't even exist.
Right.
Well, first
Right.
it creates the problems, then it tries to solve them, then it cannot
It's just
solve them.
insane. Total insanity.
Yeah, that's misuse of the imagination,
Yeah. Yeah.
completely misused energy. It's doing that out of love.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that in a sense.
Yeah, like worrying. What is worrying really? It's
It's trying to
scary.
protect you from, yeah.
Yeah, it's scary.
Hmm.
It cares about not feeling hurt. It cares so that you will be okay. So it's caring. But the
Yeah.
caring has got into um, twist, and
Yeah.
now it's worrying. Like it has that sense of dread or fear.
Yeah.
Or what if it will go wrong? Hmm. But if you see that it's caring, loving, kind, thank you so much. Love you.
Yeah.
Love you, mine. Good work.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting, this fear of not knowing.
Hmm.
You can look at that. Fear of not knowing.
Yeah.
What we know is just what's here right now. That's knowing what's here right now.
Yeah. And that sense that of knowing that used to feel true wasn't really true anyway. Like it's we never know, never known. It's just the mind thinking it had some control over that or some way of knowing.
Hmm. But what's so scary about not knowing? Because other than this, we don't know anything.
Yeah.
It's like it's more we don't know than we know. So
Hmm.
much more we don't know than we know. So why is that scary? Really?
Yeah. Why? I mean, does it all boil down to that sort of primal childhood shit where you don't feel safe in the world and um
Yeah.
I mean, do you have this sense of the knowing who you really are, like where you that they talk about, the teachers or whatever other the books, the sages, like who we really are is this.
In this moment, yes.
Yeah. Not
It will
always.
show up. It will show up.
Really.
Hmm. I know that something is. That's about it.
And that gives you like a sense of okayness and
I think sense of safety is what is being installed in our childhood as we are born as a
mhm,
baby, right? If your mom was scared, if your father was scared, if
mhm.
they didn't feel safe, they couldn't install this application properly. I mean, you
Right,
got what they had.
right.
And unless we reinstall that ourselves properly,
You're so good with the words. That's such great. This is like perfectly describes what needs to happen.
Unless we reinstall that properly, get
uh,
the right update, then we carry on living with that fear that was from mom and dad,
yeah.
from environment.
Yep.
So that sense of safety is knowing that here now I am okay, I am supported, I'm loved, I'm looked after, I have everything I need right now. That's the safety.
Mm. Yeah, to just see that over and over again.
Mm. And if there is that sense of unsafety, that little girl, that little one is still hasn't felt that. So we need to
Hmm.
go back in time, install it in that little one, then here automatically feel safe.
Mm.
Right here now we know that I'm safe. I mean, there is no danger. Yet there may be a feeling of danger. Yet there may be a feeling of unsafety that is not
Right.
coming from this environment right now, but it's still the call for that safety from the little one, which is
Mm.
still unsafe. You know, past, present, and future is now.
I know that conceptually
Okay,
doesn't
let's
really feel
see
true.
that in actual experience, right? Okay, now
Mm.
is now. Okay, here we are, just talking.
Yeah. Yep.
Now I'm going to ask you a question and you tell me how it arises or what's happening in your experience. And the question is very simple. What did you have for breakfast this morning?
Oatmeal.
Mhm. How did that happen? How did that knowledge arrive?
Just arose, popped in the mind.
Did you go to the past or the past or the image of the past pop in now?
Yeah, just popped in now.
Mm. Okay, next question. When you were a little girl, did you have a bicycle?
Hmm.
Yeah. Do you remember riding it?
Yeah,
What color was it?
it was purple.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So again, see, the past is an image that shows up in the moment. Now,
Mm. Mhm.
like you didn't travel to the past or
Right.
nothing. It was just a question, a response in the moment. Now,
Hmm. Hmm.
so the past is the image in the mind with a tag, the past, it happened, a memory. That's the past.
Hmm.
How about the future? Is the future some mystical place where we can travel, mm,
No.
sort things out? Or is it also, yeah,
Yeah, that's now too.
yeah. Let's say, what are you going to do tomorrow? It's
Mhm.
weekend. What are you going to do tomorrow?
I'm gonna go see my son in a competition. But that's all just in the imagination, picturing that happening, but that's happening now.
Hmm.
Because I don't know, actually, exactly what will happen tomorrow. Anyway, just imagining it.
Hmm. So it's also an image in the mind about future with the tag tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
It may happen,
Mm-hmm.
but it's here.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
So we are programmed to think that past was somewhere, maybe down here. Now is here, and the future is there, like in a line.
Mm-hmm.
But if that line is like this,
Mm-hmm.
past is here, now is here, the future is here. It's all now.
Mm-hmm.
Then that little girl that is not feeling safe, is not somewhere unreachable, is present.
Hmm. Yeah.
And then we don't need to
She's also
travel
just an
somewhere in the past. We
image,
can attend to her now.
and she's also just an image, right? A thought.
Well, an image and a thought is a representation or a symbolic expression of the energy
Mm.
or a feeling, experience.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. I've never heard that expressed that way. That it's good to think of it that way because it's like you said, it's not inaccessible because it's all right here. It's right now. All of it, all the experiences and memories and stuff. They're all here, for better or worse.
Oh, good news is that it's accessible and it can be looked at and it
Yeah.
can self-resolve.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because if you think about time travel, you can't really go back in time, in let's say 70s or something, and
Yeah.
change what happened there. Or
Yeah.
happened, right? But the
Mm-hmm.
response to what happened, it's still here now,
Mm-hmm.
right? So we can look at the response to what happened, the relationship with it.
Mm-hmm.
And when that resolves, looking at the past, it looks and feels different.
Mm. Yeah, the past has changed a lot too, actually. There aren't a lot of, I mean, there's always been kind of fuzzy memories of childhood, but a lot of that stuff feels like it's been, I don't know, worked through or seen or something because it's not as, vivid, sort of traumatic stuff
Hmm.
feels more resolved. It's kind of the more recent, more recent trauma, that feels like it's sometimes still hanging around, but that also feels different. Everything's changing. It feels really quick too. Like there's
Mm-hmm.
just, oh, it's so exhausting. And then you sometimes just turn around. You're like, what is that? What? Wait, like what's going on? Why is that here? And um, yeah,
Okay, so let's look into this little girl now and see how she's feeling, how she's feeling. Okay, you can close your eyes for a little bit. Hmm. And let's invite your little girl, the little one. You don't need to imagine or do anything. You just wait. She comes in, then you tell me. Come, come, little one. Wanna have a chat. Do you see her or feel her or sense her? Is she here?
kind of having the same image as I had last week.
Hmm? How is she looking?
She just looks really sad. Sort of, it kind of goes back to one really. Well, was just a scary moment or experience. And last week, sort of, I was on the bed with her. Um, Basically, like doing what my mom didn't do in the moment, which was to just, care for her and protect her.
Hey, little one, I see you. I'm here. I'm here. I see you. I'm here. You're here. And you're wonderful. And I love you so much.
Mm.
Tell her you're not alone and you are safe. You are safe. How is she looking?
It's better.
Hmm.
She's in my arms.
Oh, wonderful. Tell her you are protected. I'm protecting you. You are safe.
Hmm.
Say whatever happened, you are still safe.
Yeah, I think she feels safe now.
Yeah?
Hmm.
Okay. Ask her, what do you need or want to feel even safer? What can I give you?
Yeah, she just wants me to stay with her.
Okay, let's stay with her. Just stay with her. And how is she looking now?
Yeah, it's better.
Does she have a favorite toy or a blanket or something?
Hmm. Well, there were a lot of Barbies back in the day, but
She wants a Barbie or something.
yeah, she's not saying to them.
Maybe she only wants see you.
Maybe. Yeah, I hope she sticks around. She doesn't seem as sad as last week, so that's good.
Mhm. Okay, now if you open your eyes, back here to feel safer.
Hmm. Yeah.
That's how it works.
Okay.
It's like all these parts that somehow could not be met at the time. It was too
Mm-hmm.
much, too painful. All these parts are still here in our field, and they are screaming for attention. It's very noisy, very noisy. So unless we give them what they want, they can quiet and stop screaming. That's
Okay.
that's how you see it, that something is coming up, whatever tension is coming up, it's noise wants your attention. It says, yeah, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. Are you gonna see me? And you say, okay, thank you for coming. I see you, here you are, you can be here, giving it attention. Attention is this loving, kind, beautiful energy that's saying, I'm okay, you're okay, everything can be as it is. And when it gets that what it came for, it stops screaming. It relaxes.
Okay.
And that runaway roller coaster ride is just so many things that are still in need, in lack, unacknowledged, unloved, not allowed. It seems like they all coming all at once.
Mm-hmm.
So let's give it
I mean,
permission.
it's not new. It's just the intensity of it that has really ramped up.
Mhm. Yeah. And we
I
can
mean, I
give
think
it
there's
permission,
like, go ahead.
just in case. Let's give it permission to self-liberate. Self-liberate. Full permission to all these energies, all these tensions to free themselves as they come in. Full permission. All can still work. Full permission for self-liberation, self-release, self-healing, self-coming back home. I guess there are things that we need to attend to with attention consciously, but the rest can just be doing its thing, full permission for it to do its thing. Do its thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Even intensity can be here. Do its thing. Sometimes people say, I
Yeah.
can't let
This is
go.
like it has to sort of just like, I mean, it's a never ending cycle of stuff sometimes it seems like. And so, yeah, I like that idea of just, it can just come and go and, do what it needs to do. It doesn't have to be a big project or like something that has to be figured out. Because I think that's really what's been the fear, it's just that because, there's been a lot of therapy, there's been a lot, like all kinds of stuff over the years. But I think it's what you said too before that like nothing, not really seen or something in this way. I don't know how to describe it really. Um, yeah, because it has felt like just like more responsibility for some part that's got to like do the work, quote unquote, the work that's been going on for a lifetime, literally. I mean, it started,
Hmm.
therapy and 12 step stuff in as a teenager, younger, like, and that's kind of where it started because my mom got into AA. And so I started going to Alateen, which is kind of I don't know if you've ever heard of Al-Anon. It's for family members of alcoholics.
Oh, no, I never heard.
And yeah, and so like the premise of that, like being like, well, there's something broken, something wrong with you, you have to fix. And that sense of just like that, so tired of the working on stuff, just the constant feeling of that there's something that has to be fixed.
Right.
And so yeah, just being able to see it and not being afraid of that, of the intensity. Or that's another fear too, is that like it's too much, I'm not gonna be able to handle it, it'll be overwhelming. And um
Oh, good to see that they need to fix, the wanting to fix the whole program of fixing. But that doesn't need to be fixed either.
okay.
Yeah, it's here to be seen. You know, we are breathing all the time, right? We are breathing all the time. We are aware of it or not. We pay attention to it or not,
Mhm.
right? We're
Mhm.
sleeping, body's breathing. We are talking. We never talked about breathing, but that was going on. But as soon as I started to talk about breathing, there is attention on the breath, okay?
Mhm.
And there is noticing breathing right now. And because of that noticing, it changes.
Mhm.
Yeah, that bringing a
Mhm.
conscious awareness of being witnessing breathing, the breathing changes. Maybe it becomes more deep or slower or faster, but it's being noticed, so it changes.
Mhm.
So see what attention does to this natural thing, breathing. It's so simple that when you notice something, it self-adjusts. You don't need to fix
Mhm.
breathing. You don't need to start breathing. You don't need to do anything about breathing. It's going on by itself on its own already, whether you notice it or not. But as soon as you notice it, kind of changes.
Okay. Yeah.
So all these patterns, they also like breathing. They are here, they're running. The noise, liberation, everything is running on its own. As soon as you pay attention to it, somehow it self-adjusts. So you don't need to fix it. It's not about fixing it. It's about giving space, noticing, letting it be. It's a little bit confusing with this word letting go, because we can hear it all day long. Let go, let go, let go.
Mhm.
What the hell does that
Right.
mean?
What does that even
Yeah.
mean?
How can I let go?
Yeah.
But letting
Right.
go is letting be, letting it be as it is. Not letting go
Mhm.
of the pattern, it's letting go of that, fixing it, changing it. It changes by itself.
Mhm.
So now let's bring it back to the beginning when you said that you're on a runaway roller coaster
Yeah.
and you don't need to do anything about it. It's on. It's on. Something is going on.
Okay.
Yeah, you can relax with that, in that, about that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then just I don't know, there's still that sense of like what to do, how to figure it out. I know that's not how it works, but thoughts are just yeah, I guess what they do. They try to figure it out and
Well, you give them 5 stars for trying.
right. Right. Yeah.
Good job. Good job. Thank you for
Work yourself
caring.
out. Yeah.
Thank you for caring. Thank you for your care.
Yeah.
Trying to figure it out. Yeah.
Right.
Thank you for working so much.
It's okay.
Right. And you kind of get used to be on that roller coaster.
You do.
Mm. Yeah. Kind of get used to it. And sometimes when it's intense, there's this one thing to hold on to something. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, life has kind of been kind of that way always, just very intense. But there was an illusion of control, or there was, yeah. And so now that illusion's been shattered. So then there's just this disorientation, don't know.
Uh-huh.
And again, there's nothing different happening really. It just, yeah, I mean,
Right.
like you
So,
said, maybe something will settle and
yeah. So how about just including that intensity, including it in that it's okay. Like we don't need to react to the intensity every time it's here. It's nothing new.
right.
Right. So we can be here too. It's
Okay.
just invitation to stretch the limits or expand.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah. Open up to more feeling, deeper feeling.
Don't know how much more of that.
Ooh,
Oh
yeah.
God,
Oh,
the
it can go
feeling.
as deep as it wants.
Yeah, yeah, I guess so.
You don't know
Yeah.
the depths of your capacity to feel.
Which, yeah, I mean, that's been a hallmark of this experience has been intense feelings always.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, more of that seems scary, but
Yeah,
it
bring
just is
it
what it
on.
is.
Bring it on.
Bring it on.
Yeah,
Let's
bring
do
it
it.
on. Yeah. Is that all you got?
Oh God, when I hear these people who like didn't even know what was happening, poof, they just woke up, or yeah, I mean, sometimes you just can't believe that it's so different, the experience, just life, even in general, so nuts.
So yes to all. Yes to intensity. Yes to turbulence. Yes to self-release. It's all included.
Yeah, I mean, it's really helpful to hear that sort of there's nothing to do or figure out, but giving that attention, and it makes it simpler
Yeah.
and seems, more doable for some reason. Like, not that there's anything to do, but mm, yeah, there's definitely something going on. The minute I got on the call, even beforehand, right before, it's just like something's like it's weird. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been kind of a hallmark for the past, I don't know, 6 months or a year. It's just like whenever there's anything different going on, like, great, something's changing, like, let's do change because feeling stuck is the worst. So it's good. It's okay.
Hmm. But
Thank you.
oh, you're welcome. So we meet next week.
Yeah, sounds great.
All right.
Thanks so much, Ilona.
Thank you.
Much love.
Bye bye.
Take care.
You too. Enjoy your week.
Bye bye.